Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Orange Crushing It. Hope you're having an amazing day. My name is Frank Clark. I'm the host of the show. I am also the president and CEO of the Mr. Orange. And what is the Mr. Orange all about? What is Orange all about? Most people think it's all about business. And yes, being driven in business and being inspiring and being entrepreneurial, if you will, that thrive to help other people be successful. Yes, that is very much a business orange trait, but also a very strong orange trait is the desire to succeed and turn your life around and change and pick it up and just go, I will be successful. And today I have an incredible pleasure and honor to interview a good friend of mine that I've met a few years ago. She's coming at you live from Vienna, Austria today. So her name is Beate Winkler, and Beate, I'm gonna let her tell you a lot about herself, but Beate, I guess maybe like some of us, right, was challenged in school. She had to repeat school a couple of times, and I think from a young girl or even from a young guy's age standpoint, that's going to be difficult because you miss the social part of being with kids your own age, and then there's that social stigma of I have to stay back a grade, right? So it's part of that, and she did that all the time. She was working like 15 different jobs. She's had experiences that have almost taken her life on 3 occasions. And she is just an amazing soul. She's turned all of this around. She worked for somebody for 11 years. And then after that decided to become self-employed and get involved with network marketing. And she has an amazing group right now. She's she's transformed and inspired. That's transpired is my own word. So, but she has transformed the lives of thousands and thousands of women, and she's now making 6 figures. She's doing incredibly well. She's met the man of her life, and any person that has a motto for life that says, turn your shit to magic, has got to be somebody that I want to know. And I'm glad I've met her. I met her at an event in West Palm Beach. Her name is Beate Winkler. Beate, guten Tag. Welcome to Orange Crushing It. And how you doing? Thanks for being on my show.
Hi, Frank. Thank you so much for inviting me. Hello, everyone. Guten Tag here from Vienna, Austria. I'm really, really happy to be on your show and to hopefully inspire lots of people.
Well, you're inspired me. I got to tell you, I've known you for a few years now. And again, reading your bio was incredible. I mean, I could certainly read it, but it would not do it justice. Tell us a little bit about you. Tell us a little about your background and how you evolved into this amazing woman helping thousands and thousands and thousands of other women. Fascinating.
Yeah, thank you so much. Now, I think it sounds very impressive or very inspiring, but to be honest, it was not always easy. And as you mentioned already, it started already as a child, and all the difficulties as a child and not being seen, always get said that I'm not enough, I'm not right, I have no right to be here. So that is something that makes something with you growing up. And the most of my life, I had no self-confidence. I had no, how should I say that? I thought I'm not right, I'm not enough. And so I worked hard and did all the hard stuff, but I always, I didn't succeed really in that. And so all the years counting, getting an adult, getting a woman, becoming a woman, it made a person that was a victim. I was a victim the whole life, and I always thought others, have to be responsible for me in my life. And lots of things happened, and so it was not always easy, to be honest.
No, it doesn't sound like it was. You said in your bio, and you told me that you had 15 different jobs as a kid. Now, kids are tough. It's tough enough. Kids on kids are tough enough. They can be brutal to each other. And now here you are. You're a lot like me. I mean, I was out hustling since I was 8 years old, working to get what I needed. And, who drove you like that? Who was the person that influenced you and said, you know what, Beate, if you want things in life, you're going to have to go out there and get them. and that forced you to, to basically take your own social time and turn that into money earning time. And who planted that seed with you? What was that all about at an early age? How did you get that drive at such a young age?
Before the big change happened, I think it was something inside of me. It was not a person or something. Maybe it was my father, because he said I'm so not enough. Maybe it was like I have to show him that I'm good. Maybe that was driving me on, but in a, I would say, more negative way. And then there was something inside of me. I was always a very strong person. I was always a troubleshooter. I was always fighting and strong. And so I think this what was driving me. That was okay, I have to do. I was always caring about myself. I had 3 jobs when I was 14 beside the school. So I always wanted to do something. I wanted to do more just sitting and learning. So you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
There was more than just doing this.
Oh, yeah. You were an orange. You didn't even know you were a little orange. You're a little tangerine back there at 14 years old. You tapped into the orange space. And again, that desire to make money and work and be productive, and, that self-worth piece, it's amazing. And if I read in your bio correctly also, you had 3 instances, at I've read up until like your mid-20s, I think, right? Where you almost lost your life. I mean, that's when I read this, and yet I see how successful you are. Well, first and foremost, I'm very drawn to you as a human being. I just think of you as somebody that is just a beautiful soul. And to share this, situations in your life, first of all, I'm very honored that you would share that at all. And, but for our listeners, I mean, walk us through that, because, to lose your life or almost lose your life or almost take your life, I mean, at some level, that's an element of depression, an element of fear, that you move through. So what was that all about? And how did that all become part of your story?
Yeah, I really get goosebumps when I'm listening to you now, because it's part of my story, and now I can talk about it. That was not always like this. Especially the first part, when someone tried to kill you, it's like, it's a shock for lifetime. I always thought I'm over it, but I knew in Date with Destiny all came up again after more than 20 years ago. It's like when you have to fight for your life because something from outside is about taking your life. It's like you get a power that is unbelievable. What is possible if you have this fire inside, if you have this feeling of I want to live. But at the moment, to be honest, I didn't know about it. It was just happening. And then 6 years later, there was the car accident. I had the experience from, I don't know how to say that in English, to be outside of my body for a moment and watching everything in silence. So I also came back. And at this moment, I didn't learn about it. I went on with my old story, and I was victim. I was always, okay, why did this happen to me? Why me? And so I get more in the victim state than learning from it, because there was so much power in these moments of maybe losing your life. But I know now the life was showing me I have to stay here. I have to do something here, because what is more powerful than getting back to life? So, and it was getting worse and worse, and I was getting depression, and all my money situation was really, really horrible. And in the end of December 2014, it was so on a dark place, where I really decided to quit my life, because I thought it's not worth, and I thought I have no right to be here. It sounds so, maybe people who have not been through it don't understand it. Maybe they say, maybe, oh, you got the life 2 times and it's a gift. But in this moment, it felt more like, why is this happening to me? Why is life so hard to me? I was just seeing the negative thing, the dark thing, and then something happened.
Well, thank you for still being here with us. Thank you for making that choice. And yes, you know, um, I think what's my analogy of stuff like this is that we have events that happen in our life and then we stack meanings to them, right? And when the events look similar, the meanings get more and more intense. And sometimes they get more intense in a negative way. And so, yeah, you have experiences of almost losing your life and almost taking your life. And yet the meaning on 2 occasions was you were a victim. And the third time it's, no, I'm no longer the victim. Right? Now it's time to change my life. And it's amazing that shift, that total, just small little shift that creates a massive result and massive change. Not to put words in your mouth, but what changed for you mentally, emotionally, passionately, that you said no more? What was the thought process? Walk me through that moment when you said,
Yeah.
"This is it. This is. I'm going to live my life differently." Because
Yeah.
we all. I think anybody that's listening to this has had a point in time in their life when they've wanted to change, or they're at that point right now where they're thinking, you know, you don't get it, Frank. I'm too old. I'm too young. I'm too this. I'm too that. I'm too broke. I'm too poor. I live here. I live there. We have COVID-19. We have racial injustice, and we have whatever the reason, right? People are now can hang a shingle or hang their hat on something and say this is the reason, and yet you turn that around, and that's what it really is. It's not about years changing. It's that moment. Share with me about that moment.
Yeah. That was really that moment when I really decided to quit my life. It's so interesting because the moment I wanted to quit my life was like I have to go because I can't stand it anymore. I have no power, no, yeah. But in the same time, I wanted to do it. In the same time, the shift happened, and often in the worst, in the darkest room, in the darkest place, this gift came up. It was like a light. It was like a voice inside. I cannot tell it in words. It was like something inside. I always say it's a light inside of us, whatever you call it, if you call it God, universe, or whatever you believe in. Yeah, there was this power coming up, and it was like shaking my whole body. And I was saying like, no, stop. And there was one sentence, and I get goosebumps. It's so touching for me because I can really feel it again. Whew. There was one sentence that really, really changed everything. And the sentence was, and I shouted it out loud. I take responsibility for my life. And this was like, I was putting it in all my cells. It was like making a tattoo into my soul. I now take responsibility about my life, because in this moment, it was like a miracle. It was like someone is telling me, oh my God, you created all this shit. So, okay, create the other thing. So this is why I now say, turn your shit to magic. And if you have lots of shit, you will get lots of magic. And yeah, that is like it is. So I really woke up and said, okay. And then it was like opening my eyes and saying, okay, I am not a victim. I created all this with my mindset, with my, how I acted, what words I was using. Yeah. And that I don't have money, that I was losing my apartment. I had no partner. I was lonely, no children, no nothing. Yeah. I created that. And this moment was so the turning point in my life. And we are all in Tony Robbins family as well. Yeah. And some people say, you cannot change your life like this. Yeah, it's, of course, you cannot change everything, but this happens and it changes the life.
The decision.
The decision.
The decision is in an instant. That's correct.
And when you feel the decision, when you feel it in all your cells, when you stand there in the fire and you scream, you shout your soul out, then you cannot go back.
Wow.
That was what was my turning point in my life. And from this on, yeah, life was never the same again. Totally, yeah.
Wow. I have goosebumps now. The passion that you have. I wish people could see this. This is a podcast, so you cannot see. we're doing a Zoom call right now to air this, but the passion in this woman, I hope you get a chance to see this at some point. But yeah, I take responsibility for my life. And you're right, we're both students of Tony Robbins, and we met as a result of Tony Robbins. And I know one of the phrases that Tony uses frequently is, life is happening for me, not to me.
Yes.
And that everything's a lesson, right? Everything's an opportunity to learn. Everything's an opportunity to make a shift in your life. And congratulations for doing that. And not only did you choose life and chose to be here and chose to, obviously fulfill your destiny, you've now turned that around into a incredibly thriving business. And that juices me too, and our listeners, right? Now you're really orangey. And if I remember right, you didn't exactly jump on the whole orange bandwagon right away, did you? I mean, I think when I was talking at an event, you didn't exactly warm up to me. Right?
Oh my God, you were triggering me.
How so?
Some years ago, and I was like, oh my God. But as I also told you, when we are aware of us and when we are learning and doing personal development, I always ask my questions, what has it to do with me? So what do I want, what I don't have? And so you had something that was the success, this energy, this power to build something up. And I was going a good way already, but there was something missing. And so, yes, it changed the last 2 years in another level, I would say.
Yeah. Tell us about your business. I mean, tell us what you're doing now. It's, you're changing the lives of thousands of people. And what is it you're doing? And tell us how you're doing it.
Yeah, it all started, I already was self-employed when I had the deepest point, but after this, I made a new decision. I was totally committed. I had my first Tony Robbins event after my changing my mindset. And then it was like a rocket going only this way. And yes, I decided to go for my dream, to go for it, whatever happens, to be, I don't know the English word for it now, to be consistent, and whatever happens, if there are obstacles, if there are people, if there is a difficult time, just go for it. Because yeah, life is always happening for you and it will not always be easy. Yeah, just changing my life doesn't mean I don't have problems or challenges. It's just the way I deal with it is different now. Yeah, I just find solutions. I just walk through it. I reflect. I do different things now. And my passion, because they helped me through the hard time, are essential oils. And they helped me through the difficult times, depression and all that stuff. So all the health stuff that, yeah, were in a bad way when you are depressive, when you have no money, when you're suicidal, yeah, you're not the most healthiest and happiest person at this state. So these oils saved my life in different ways. And from this passion, I made also my business. And so, yes, I'm a network marketing business and I love what I'm doing because I know how they help me, the oils. They help me also to grow my business. And so I want to help lots of women, especially women, because often the women are struggling with topics like this, to become really financial free for it. That is the most important thing for me because lots of women have problem with money mindset. And so I have the tools, the essential oils as a tool, as a working tool to help with your mental state, with your energy, with your health. And on the other hand, I have the network marketing business with the oils where people or women can start their own business and yeah, go for their dream if they want.
That's fantastic. And, when you say oils, I just happen to think of the movie Silence of the Lambs, rub the lotion, put the lotion in the basket. I just keep thinking of somebody rubbing oils all over me. Yeah, that feels good. I mean, certainly I love massage and I love aromatherapy and all that stuff. It really does enhance the body. It does make it feel a lot better. The business part, the product is one thing, but the mindset to want to do it is even stronger, I think. I mean, obviously you have to have a great product, and you do, Um, how do you, when you're talking to women and you're saying, okay, they're financially struggling, and it's not just a female thing, by the way, us guys know how to struggle with money too, and many people do. Uh, and I'm a very much a believer like you, that if you can get past the money part, put that part of your portfolio of your life, all the characteristics of your life, put that at ease. It makes life a lot easier to manage other pieces of it. At least it does for me, and I think it does for a lot of other people as well. I'm sure there's people listening that go, no, I have to get my health in check first, and I believe in a lot of that, or I have to have my relationship done first. I believe in a lot of that, and I'm still a proponent of get your financial house of cards in order, because when it is, everything seems to move a lot smoother. And yet, there's a mindset about making money. There's a mindset about making a change. There's a mindset about being self-employed.
Yeah.
And what is your mindset about? And how do you teach other women to shift that dependency on even a crappy life? People will have a shitty life and they'll stay in it because it's comfortable. How do you get people to think in terms of what's possible? How do you get people to think, and women specifically, to think in terms of their next chapter, right? The next act for them.
Yeah. What I love, or what is maybe one of my strengths, I see the big picture, or I have a big vision. I can see big pictures also with other people when they tell me their story or what they're struggling with. And so I can show them, if they want, the big picture, what is possible in their life. Yeah. What is possible if they start maybe their own business or a side hustle as well. Yeah. And sometimes I tell my story, and then it's an inspiration for them when they are maybe not in the same situation, but struggling with same things, that they think, okay, when she got it, I can, or when she could do it, I can do it. And I'm working very intense with the mindset, especially with the money mindset. I'm doing workshops, I'm doing personal, one-on-one with my team members, and just tell them how I started, how I changed my life, to be consistent, to go on, to go through it. And what is the most important thing for me, because that was what I changed, is self-love. That is so important, because if you don't love yourself, if you are blocking yourself, if you think you are not worth, you will never ever be successful. You will never ever earn money, because if you feel you're not worth it, it won't work. Yeah. So self-love is very important, to do what is good for you, to also, if you have self-love, then the self-worth is coming. And if you love yourself, if you are present, if you know who you are, if you know why you are here, then you attract other people, then you attract money, then you can build up something. That is my way. I'm teaching them, I'm showing them. I'm working lots with manifestation. You can also say incantations. I say manifestation. I write it down. I say it loud. I'm jumping on my trampoline and shouting my manifestation with money. I'm using the oils to manifest it stronger. Yeah. So there are lots of different ways you can start, and it starts all about the mindset. Only the mindset alone is not enough, but it's maybe the start of changing something.
You got to jump up and down on the trampoline, and you got to scream at the top of your lungs. I got to imagine, and I'm sure the people are listening going, oh man, these guys are really drinking the Kool-Aid here. They're really, but it does help. Part of the jumping on the trampoline is just getting your physical body moving. When your body moves, you can't help but be in a good mood. That endorphins start running through your veins, and you start feeling excited and lively. And so, yeah, you jump on a trampoline, and then when you're screaming and yelling your incantations of I take responsibility for my life.
Yeah.
When that just gets into your fiber, that just gets right into your cellular structure of your body, it makes you feel amazing. I can imagine, though, you're in a new relationship. You met your soulmate, right? I don't know how many, I can't say new, but you're in a relationship. And is your soulmate partner, is he somebody that was all about personal development also? Or is he somebody that when you were jumping up and down on the trampoline was like, oh my God, who's this crazy woman that I'm with? What's going on here? What I sign up for?
So So, okay, that's another story. 2 weeks after my suicidal thing and coming back to life, he came into my life. So, yes, I didn't expect him because I was in a really, really dark place. I had at the time no money. I had clothes. They were so old. I was depressive. So I was not really a woman maybe you would date. Yeah. So, and yes, we met. It was in February. It was 5 years now. And I told him the whole story. I also told him I have no money to pay for the food. I have no money to pay for the hotel. And I told him the whole story, where I'm at now. I was just really honest, brutally honest, because I was 5 years single, and that was also part of my life. I said, the next man is the right one. I don't go for less, even if I was in a bad state. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he said, yes, okay. Do you want, Frank, the answer what he said when I was telling him where I am?
Just being honest, just being brutally honest,
Yeah,
being
but
transparent.
do you know what he said?
What did he say?
Okay, I can remember the moment. It was Sunday morning, and we were sitting in the hotel room, and we were talking about the situation where I'm at, and to be honest about what is the plan, what are the wishes for a relationship. And then he said, do you know Tony Robbins? And I said, of course. And my mindset was not so good at the moment. I said, oh my God, I would love to go there, but I cannot afford this. And he said, okay, I have a diamond ticket for UPW in London in 2 months. I think you need it more than I, so you go there. So he gave me his diamond ticket. We just know each other for 2 days. Yeah, he gave me the diamond ticket. He paid for my flight. He paid for the hotel, and he ordered another ticket for himself, and he joined me. And this is my man. So you can imagine, he was support. To be honest, I made the change in my mind. I set the intention, but he came at the right point to support me, and he was very important part in my how do you say, in my on my way.
Yeah.
And he always supported me. He after Tony Robbins, I mean, it was in the beginning of 2015, I was like a new person. I came out and said, okay. I said no, because I always wanted to help everyone. I wanted to please everyone and to be loved. And then I said, no, no, no. And the people said, what's wrong with you? And I said, no, no, what's wrong with me? I'm right now. And so things changed. And he always supported my crazy ideas. Yeah.
Wow. What a guy. What's his name?
Holger.
Helga. Well, Helga, thank you.
Yeah, really.
Bringing us the beautiful Beate. That's an amazing story. And what a gift. What a gift of generosity. You know, obviously we've done a bunch of Tony Robbins events. I've been doing them since 1997, and certainly spent a lot of money and time in that space. And there are people that we work with, and I'm sure there are people that you come across, and they say, well, that's nice for you. You were gifted a ticket, right? This is expensive. I can't afford to go there. And it's not necessarily expensive. Everything is relative to value, right? As far as when somebody says it's expensive, it's relative to value and relative to where they're at financially at any given time in their life. So for those that could never go to a Tony Robbins event, let's say, and I'm sure you work with plenty of women that have never experienced that. What would you say the 3 things that you take away from that event or your teaching there, and getting back again to mindset, because really mindset is everything. Mindset is 80% of success in anything. What are 3 points that you say, okay, if you nail these 3 things,
okay,
you can have a great life.
I would say the first thing is that everything is possible. There are no limits. That is maybe one of the first that came up in my mind now, because it is like this in my hallucination. Yeah, there are no limits and everything is possible. Yeah, if we don't make our limits ourselves. The other thing is, as you mentioned already, life is always happening for us, and especially when you have been in dark places. I know you had also your challenges. Everyone has some challenges, yeah, in life, and this makes you stronger. And being in these challenges is really a big gift, because then maybe you can understand life better. You can, especially in my case, I know life is always happening for me because life is the greatest gift we have. It's just like a miracle. And so that is, life is always happening for us. And I don't have a third one now at the just popping up. Maybe later.
Putting you on the spot here. Come on, you got a third one in there. Jump up and down on your trampoline, scream and yell. Well, I would say if I was going to add a third one, and you're doing it, right, is to be in control of your state all the time. You know, it's one thing to be in control of your mind. People think, well, I need to be in control of my mind, and that's not easy to do. Well, it actually is, because the way the mind works is three parts, right? One's your physiology, one is your self-talk, and the three is what you focus on. Yeah. You know, if you want to focus on negativity, well, you'll get more of it. If you want to talk shitty to yourself, you'll talk shitty to yourself, right? Yeah, there's nothing shitty about I take responsibility for my life. There's nothing shitty about that. And there's nothing, and then your physiology, you know, you're sitting down, all slumped over, and in that depressing kind of state of mind, and breathing shallow, and I don't care, or staying in bed all day. And that's a physiological thing. And that creates, that takes away from your endorphins, right? And your ability to have that surge of energy. How do you treat your body? How do you feed it? How do you exercise it? All of those things. I'm sure you're doing a lot of that. Yeah. Yeah,
I'm absolutely with you. That's a really good point. And because yesterday there was an example, I did a Facebook post about this, because I want to show authenticity. I want to be honest and real, and not only show the good things and the sunny things. Yesterday was a day where I was very emotional and where I was in a really bad state, and I couldn't come out. But then I know the tools, I know what to do to come out very fast. So that's a really good tool that you said, the third thing I took away from Tony Robbins. So if I'm in a bad state, and this happens, we are not happy every day. There are things going on, emotional things, hormonal things, whatever. And that's right, to know how to get out of the state, because it's just a state. It's just maybe from the past. It's just maybe an old emotion. It's just something popping up, and saying, okay, that's not me now. That's not what I want now. That's from the past. Say goodbye to the past. Thank you. And then do something. Sometimes I go on the trampoline. Yesterday I went out in the nature, and we had also a good, we were at the restaurant. I enjoyed the nature, and I took some oils, and I got out really fast of this state. So that's really important.
Yeah, very good. And so you can change your state in a second, right? Just like that, you can change your state just by moving your body and what you're focusing on, and the language that you choose to use. Yeah, absolutely. It sounds easy because it is easy. And if people practiced it, they would have an experience of it, you know? And language is so key. I mean, maybe it's just what you're grateful for. You know, if that's your incantation, if that's the thing you're talking about, if that's the only thing you can find in your, you know, bust out some things you're grateful for. That'd be awesome. Right? So you mentioned essential oils, and how does an oil make you feel better? I mean, I like massage, okay, you know.
Okay.
But you know, but how can, that's somebody's hands, right? More so than the oils. How can an oil make you feel better? I mean, I'm intrigued by that. How can, really?
Yeah. Okay. So, a massage is one way, but there is the oil and the massage as you get relaxed. But if you just, I just have a bottle here. You just smell the oil, and essential oils have they can go into your system, into your, from your limbic system into your system, and it works with your emotions. So if you smell a special oil, maybe citrus oils, when you're not in a good state, when you are maybe sad, or the weather is not good, or you are angry, or whatever, they lift up your mind. You cannot do anything against it. If you smell orange, or lavender, or lemon, and you are, not in a good state, you are depressive or something like that, it will help you to lift up your mind. It will help to be in a better state. And it's just, how do you say that? It's a natural thing happening in our body. So if you just smell it, it does something with you.
Oh yeah, well, especially that orange smell. I mean, God, who doesn't want to smell that all the time?
Orange is the best one. It's
But
really
of course,
like the sunshine in a bottle. So
of course. I mean, I like when you're having a massage and somebody puts that, bottle of like eucalyptus is another one that just like, oh man, smell that. You can't help but be in a good mood. You can't help but feel alive, right? Get that stuff all purging through your body. Well, that's fantastic. Beate, I got to tell you that I have truly, truly enjoyed knowing you more than just your story today, because I've heard you talk before, and I've seen you on different Facebook Lives, and I've seen you at different events. And I just got to tell you that you're a beautiful, beautiful soul and a real inspiration for not just women, but for people in general that feel like they're at the end of their rope. And to start every day and just say, I take responsibility for my life. And to keep the focus like you do on positivity and your vision, and you're not a victim. You are create, promote, or allow things in your life, and you are in control of your own destiny. So thanks for sharing all that with us today. Again, you're just a beautiful, beautiful soul. And I really am honored and privileged to have spent this time with you. So thank you. For our listeners, how can people get a hold of you? How can they find you?
Pardon?
How can our listeners find you if they want to know more about the oils that you sell or be part of your group? How can people find you?
Yes, they can find me via Facebook, or they can find me with my homepage, or I'm also doing webinars in English and in German. So maybe I can write it somewhere so they can get in touch with me if they're interested to learn more about the oils.
Fantastic. And your Facebook page it's Beate, spelled B as in boy, E-A-T-E, right? Winkler.
Yes, it's better to use my private profile. It's Beate Winkler.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Very good. Well, again, I hope people connect with you because you're an amazing soul. And obviously, I find you fascinating and somebody that really, truly embodies the orange energy. And of course, the orange smell. I'm going to have to get some of that stuff from you. Just kind of put it on, I'm single. So, maybe
I will send you.
Maybe that'll attract women my way.
I will send you a bottle, then you are real orange.
I'll be real orange. I'll smell the whole, that'll be extreme. All right. Well, thank you again for being part of the show. Everybody who listened today, thanks so much for tuning in. Create the best destiny for yourself. Create the life that you want. Stay happy, stay healthy, and of course, stay inspiring. Ciao, everybody. And danke schön, Beate.
Thank you so much, Frank, for inviting me. And it was really an honor to be on your podcast, because it's amazing. All the people already who were in your podcast, thank you so much for doing this.
Oh, my pleasure. You're a love. Stay inspiring. Bye.